You feel perfectly fine as you drift off to sleep. No pain, no warning, no sign that anything is wrong. But by morning, your words are slurred. Your hand won't move. Your balance is gone. It happens in seconds. And for far too many older adults, it changes everything. I've been a brain doctor for over 30 years. I've treated hundreds of strokes. But what still shocks me is this. Some of the most devastating strokes I've seen weren't caused by smoking or bad diet or lack of exercise. They were triggered by something far more subtle, something trusted, something almost every senior has in their home. A vitamin, not a pill laced with chemicals, not a dangerous drug, just a simple, over-the-counter supplement. One that, when taken the wrong dose, or even just at the wrong time, can quietly raise your risk of stroke while you sleep. And it doesn't announce itself. There's no warning sign, just a peaceful night, followed by a moment that changes everything. As we age, our bodies process nutrients differently. What used to help can now quietly harm. And this one vitamin, taken by millions of people every day, is doing just that. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly why. And if you're over 60 or love someone who is, this may be the most important thing you hear all year. Now, let's begin where most people would never think to look. Inside a small, innocent-looking capsule labeled vitamin E. It sounds helpful, doesn't it? Vitamin E, often called a heart helper. For years, it's been marketed as something that protects your circulation, supports memory, even slows aging. But here's what most seniors are never told. When taken in large doses, especially alongside common heart medications, vitamin E can quietly tip your blood into dangerous territory. You see, vitamin E has a natural blood-thinning effect. That might sound like a good thing if you're worried about clots. But the truth is, it can make your blood so thin that it loses the ability to clot when it needs to. And inside the brain, that's a serious risk. Because if even one small vessel leaks, it can lead to a hemorrhagic stroke. That's bleeding inside the brain, not from trauma, not from high blood pressure, but from a well-intentioned supplement doing more than your body needs. I once had a patient in her 80s, sharp, active, careful with her health. She took vitamin E every day for years, thinking it would support her heart. But she was also on a mild blood thinner for her valve condition. She didn't feel anything unusual until one afternoon, a sudden headache came out of nowhere. Then nausea, then confusion. The scan showed a small brain bleed, a slow leak, caused not by age, not by stress, but by a silent overdose of vitamin she thought was helping her. Now here's the part that really concerns me. Many of the vitamin E supplements sold over the counter contain 400, 800, even 1,000 IU per capsule. But do you know how much an older adult actually needs? Roughly 22 IU per day. That's it. And if you're already getting vitamin E from food like leafy greens, nuts, or seeds, you may not need a supplement at all. Most people have no idea. They take it daily, trusting the label, never realizing they're slowly thinning their blood beyond what's safe. And it's not just about the dosage. It's about how your body changes with age. Your liver processes differently. Your blood vessels lose flexibility. Your brain becomes more sensitive to even small imbalances. That's why even a safe vitamin, if taken in the wrong dose or combined with the wrong medication, can quietly cause harm. So I ask you this. Have you checked how many IUs are in your vitamin E supplement? Or asked your doctor if it's still right for you? If not, let this be the moment you do. Because protecting your brain isn't just about doing more. It's about doing what's right for your body now. If this opened your eyes even a little, leave a comment below and tell me. Are you currently taking vitamin E? And if so, how much? And if you're finding this helpful so far, tap the like button. It helps others discover this video. And it tells me you like more calm, science-backed guidance made just for seniors. If you thought vitamin E was surprising, there's another supplement that's even more common, one that many seniors take every single morning, sometimes without food, without guidance, and without ever checking the dose. I'm talking about vitamin D. You've likely heard it's essential for strong bones, mood support, and even immunity. And yes, all of that can be true when taken in the right amount. But when it's overdone, especially in older adults. It can quietly become a trigger for stroke, and you might never see it coming. Let me share the story of Walter, a 74-year-old Navy veteran I once treated. He was disciplined, health conscious, the kind of person who didn't miss a morning walk or forget his supplements. Every day, he lined them up on the kitchen table, including a 10,000 IU capsule of vitamin D he picked up from a local store. He believed it was protecting his bones. But over time, something was happening inside his body, something he couldn't feel. One morning, his wife noticed something was off. His speech was muddled. His right arm was limp. He'd had a stroke in his sleep. The lab showed extremely high calcium levels, stiffened arteries, and blood pressure swings. The cause? Vitamin D toxicity. You see, vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium. But when you take too much of it, especially without checking your levels, your bloodstream becomes flooded with calcium, and the body doesn't know what to do with the extra, so it deposits it into your blood vessels. This makes the arteries stiff and narrow, especially in the brain. Combine that with age, dehydration, poor sleep, and maybe a touch of high blood pressure, and you've created the perfect storm for a stroke. No chest pain, no headache, just a normal night, followed by a life-changing morning. And here's the part most people don't know. Many over-the-counter vitamin D supplements contain 5,000, even 10,000 IU per capsule, and they're taken daily without question. But research shows that even 2,000 IU can be too much if you're not deficient. It's not about whether vitamin D is good or bad. It's about balance. And your needs may be very different at 70 than they were at 40. So please, if you're taking vitamin D, especially with calcium or heart medications, get your blood levels checked regularly. And always ask your doctor what dose is right for you. And here's one more tip. Take it in the morning, not before bed. Your body absorbs and processes it differently throughout the day. For many seniors, that small change can make a big difference. Let me know in the comments. Are you taking vitamin D right now? And do you know how many IUs are in your supplement? Now let's talk about a vitamin that most people associate with energy and nerve support. It's often sold under names like brain booster, nerve repair, or mental clarity. I'm talking about vitamin B6. It sounds harmless. In fact, it sounds helpful, especially if you've been feeling forgetful, low on energy, or a little unsteady on your feet. Many seniors are told B6 can support the nervous system. And yes, in the right dose, it can. But in high doses, it can do the exact opposite and slowly damage the very nerves it's meant to protect. Let me tell you about Harold, a 76-year-old retired truck driver who came to my clinic. He was a kind man, humble, patient, and proud of how well he was aging. But he started to notice something strange. His hands tingled. His feet felt numb. Then he began to stumble. The first fall was small. The second left him bruised. By the third, he hit his head on the bathroom floor. He thought it was just old age. But when I reviewed his supplement list, the answer was right there. Harold had been taking a popular nerve support supplement for over a year, one that claimed to protect memory and circulation. Each tablet contained 100 milligrams of vitamin B6, and he was taking 2 a day. That's 200 milligrams, more than 10 times the safe upper limit for someone his age. Unlike some vitamins that pass quickly through the body, B6 can build up over time. And in older adults, it can strip the protective coating off your nerves, like peeling insulation off a wire. The result? Tingling, weakness, numbness, even memory loss and mood changes. And the scariest part? It happens slowly. So slowly, you might not notice until it's already done harm. We stopped Harold's supplement just in time. His symptoms didn't get worse, but he still walks with a cane. He no longer drives. And I'll never forget what he said as we reviewed his case. I thought I was protecting my brain, he told me. I didn't realize I was poisoning it. Now, here's the truth. Seniors only need a tiny amount of B6 each day, between 2 and 10 milligrams. And most of that can come from food. But many over-the-counter supplements contain 50, 100, even 200 milligrams per dose. And people take them daily for years without ever checking the label. So if you're taking a supplement that says nerve, brain, or memory, Please, take a moment today to read the fine print. Look for vitamin B6. Check the dose. And if you're unsure whether you need it, ask your doctor. That single conversation could protect your independence. If you've ever taken one of those supplements, or if someone you love has, leave a comment and type B6 so we can learn from each other's experiences. And if the story helped you pause and reflect, please like the video. It's a small action that helps this message reach more seniors who might need it just as much as you. Now let's talk about a vitamin that seems completely harmless, even necessary. It's often recommended for eyesight, skin, and immunity. You'll find it in multivitamins, anti-aging formulas, and eye health blends. It's vitamin A. If you're over 60, you probably heard it's essential for good vision. Maybe someone even told you it can help you age gracefully. But what most people don't realize, especially older adults, is that vitamin A doesn't just pass the body like water. It gets stored in your liver, in your tissues, and sometimes in your brain. Over time, that buildup can silently raise the pressure inside your skull. And when that happens, the symptoms can look alarmingly like a stroke. Let me tell you about a 79-year-old retired piano teacher from Oregon. She was vibrant, independent, and still teaching children music from her living room that had taken pride in staying healthy, and she'd been using a high-dose skin and eye supplement for over 5 years. Every capsule had nearly 10,000 IU of vitamin A. She thought she was doing something good for her body, but then the headaches started, then blurred vision, then dizziness. One morning, she slurred her words. Her family feared a stroke, but scans showed something different. No clot, no bleed. Instead, they had elevated pressure inside her skull, a condition called pseudotumor cerebri. It mimics a brain tumor, but isn't one. And the culprit? Years of slow, silent vitamin A buildup. Here's the important thing. Vitamin A is fat-soluble. That means your body stores it. And as you get older, your liver becomes slower at clearing it out. If you keep adding more than you need, day after day, year after year, it builds up quietly until something goes wrong. Symptoms can include chronic headaches, double vision, nausea, balance problems, and memory issues. In some cases, it can even lead to permanent vision loss. And most seniors don't even realize they're taking too much. Why? Because the labels don't always make it clear. A typical multivitamin may already contain the full daily recommended dose. But many seniors add on separate eye health supplements or skin vitamins or anti-aging blends. And just like that, their daily intake triples or quadruples. Older adults only need around 2,500 to 3,000 IU per day. And that's only if you're not already getting enough from food like eggs, leafy greens, or orange vegetables. But some of the supplements sold online contain 5,000, 10,000 IU, or even more. Taken daily for years, they quietly push your body past the safe limit. That is recovering. But she now needs regular eye pressure checks, balance therapy, extra support. And what she told me after her diagnosis has stayed with me. I thought I was doing something right. I never imagined it could hurt my brain. That's why I'm sharing this with you. Not to scare you, but to empower you. Because it's not about avoiding vitamins entirely. It's about knowing which ones you need, how much, and whether your body is still handling them the way it used to. So please, check your multivitamin. Look at any additional supplements you're taking. Add up the total vitamin A. If it's more than 3,000 IU, and especially if you've been taking it for a long time, bring it up with your doctor. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of most people. Because now you understand, sometimes it's not what we neglect, but what we trust too much. That puts our health at risk. And the last vitamin I want to share with you today is one that's praised for heart health, but rarely discussed for what it can do to the brain. It's called niacin, also known as vitamin B3. Many seniors take niacin for one reason, to help control cholesterol. Some doctors prescribe it. Others recommend it as part of heart health routine. It's also found in fortified cereals, multivitamins, and even energy drinks. But what most older adults don't realize is that in high doses, niacin can quietly disrupt your blood pressure. And when those spikes happen at night or early in the morning, they can become a dangerous trigger for stroke. Let me tell you about Frank an 82-year-old retired postman from Florida. He came to see me with a puzzling mix of symptoms. He'd wake up with a flushed face and pounding chest. He felt dizzy in the mornings and tired by noon. His wife thought it was anxiety. His son wondered if it was his blood pressure meds. But when we reviewed his routine, I found the hidden trigger. Frank had been taking a heart-healthy supplement he found online. The label said, support circulation and cholesterol. It looked harmless, but in the fine print, 1,000 milligrams of niacin per serving. And he was taking it twice a day. That's 2,000 milligrams daily, over 60 times more than what most seniors actually need. Now here's what happens with niacin. It causes your blood vessels to suddenly widen. That's why your face may feel warm or flushed. But soon after, those same vessels tighten back up, and that rebound effect can cause a rapid rise in blood pressure. In older adults with sensitive arteries, it's like flipping a switch back and forth until something breaks. That's exactly what happened to Frank. One morning, his speech slurred for just under 2 minutes. Then it came back. He felt off but dismissed it. What he'd experienced was a TIA, a mini-stroke, a warning sign, one that, if ignored, can lead to something far more serious. We immediately took him off the supplement, adjusted his medication, and fortunately, he recovered with no permanent damage. But I'll never forget what he told me at his next visit. "Doc," he said, "I thought I was doing everything right. I didn't know I was gambling with my brain." That's the hard truth about niacin. It's powerful, but it's not one size fits all, especially not for older bodies. If you're over 60 and taking more than 50 milligrams of niacin per day, it should only be under medical supervision. And if you're also taking blood pressure medications, heart rhythm medications, or blood sugar drugs, please check the labels on every supplement you use. Because even a flush-free version of niacin can still affect your cardiovascular system and your brain. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever taken niacin or a heart health supplement that made you feel flushed or dizzy? Let me know in the comments. And type niacin if this made you reconsider anything in your routine. And if this story helped you feel more aware and more confident in protecting your health, please like this video. It's one small click, but it helps others find the truth behind these common vitamins too. By now you might be wondering, if these vitamins can quietly put the brain at risk, what should I do instead? That's a powerful question, because the truth is your body, especially as it ages, was never built to depend on pills alone. It was designed to thrive on real nourishment, real food, real habits, real balance. Let me share one more story with you. Margaret Wilson was 73 when she walked into my office, warm, sharp, and wonderfully curious. A retired school principal. She had drawers full of supplements, vitamin D for her bones, E for her heart, B-complex for energy, niacin for cholesterol, and a multivitamin for just in case. "I'm doing everything right," she told me. But despite her best efforts, Margaret felt dizzy most mornings. Her balance was off. Her blood pressure wouldn't settle. And mentally, she just felt foggy. So we did something radical. We cleared the shelf. We stopped the pills. And we built something better, starting with breakfast. A single boiled egg for protein. Half an avocado for healthy fats. One slice of whole grain toast for steady energy. A small handful of blueberries, nature's antioxidants, and a glass of room temperature water to hydrate her brain. Sometimes she added a few walnuts. Nothing fancy, just food, real, nourishing food her body could recognize, absorb, and use the way it was meant to. Within weeks, her dizziness faded. Her energy returned. Her mind felt clearer than it had in years. Because here's the secret. Your brain doesn't need megadoses of synthetic vitamins. It needs hydration, healthy fats, consistent fuel, and micronutrients from sources nature made, not factories. So, if you're asking what to do next, consider this. Focus on the foods that love your brain back. Leafy greens like spinach and kale for folate and antioxidants. Berries for their brain protective compounds. Fatty fish like salmon for omega-3s. Whole grains to keep your circulation steady. Nuts and seeds for natural vitamin E, magnesium, and healthy fats. You don't need a shelf full of bottles. You just need the right nourishment at the right time in the right form. And most importantly, you need awareness. Because at this stage in life, every choice matters more. And sometimes the difference between decline and clarity isn't another supplement. It's simply listening to your body and knowing when less is more. If anything in this video made you pause, even for a moment, I'd love to hear from you. What's one small change you're ready to make starting tomorrow? Type it in the comments. Let's support each other. Let's learn together. And if this video helped you in any way, please like it and share it with someone you care about. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another calm, science-backed health tip made just for you. You're not alone, and you're never too old to take back control of your health.